being black.
Hold on 1 second.
Have you?
So this is what I'm saying to y'all though, and I know we got to go to break, and we didn't necessarily go there. Maybe we should. There are so many layers in this conversation around the way that it's being discussed. When you no. And yes, Shannon, I know y'all are gonna say and Stephen A, I know you just shared that you have talked about the WNBA on your program too. You guys may not have said everybody, but the prevailing sentiment for folks that are just joining the WNBA and following women's sports is unfair to the women of this league, to your point, who have laid the groundwork for Caitlin Clark to come in and now take it to the next level. That's all I'm saying in these conversations. Kennedy Carter's behavior is not indicative of the entire league. We are still talking about competition where you are allowed to get a little extra elbow in if you are competing and you do it within the parameters of the game. The game is physical. Caitlin is helping to grow the league. These women understand that, but she cannot be babied as a rookie. That's all I'm at.
All right.
Who talks about the WNBA? Who talks about women? Who talk about women's sports more than First Take?
Stephen A, respectfully, with your platform, you could have been doing this 3 years ago if you wanted to.
Wow.
All right, we gotta go. You guys.
So did you say
you're my guy, but
who does more than
Stephen
us?
A, I'm talking to you.
Wow.
Don't do that. I'm talking to you about the power that you have.
Okay.
I'm talking to you.
Okay.
All right,
You're my guy, but I'm talking to you.
Guys, I really appreciate
my girl, but you've missed a lot of episodes of First Take. You missed a lot.
Stephen A, 3 years ago, you were not talking about the W at this level. Don't do that.
Guys.
Nobody was, Monica.
Guys.
You making Stephen A. point, Monica. Monica, you making
please
Stephen
let
A.
me
point.
do my job. Please let me do my job. We've gone for 40 minutes straight. It was a riveting discussion. I have to get into commercial break. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, man. Stephen A. gets cooked, man. By the way, like the video, man. Like the videos, y'all come in. Press that like button, man. If you want to. If you don't, it's all good. But likes help the channel grow a lot. If you want to subscribe, go subscribe. If you want to hit that post notification button, do it. I would really appreciate that. Helps grow the content, helps grow your boy and the channel. And if you're new here, you already know what to do, man. Smash that like button. If you're old here, do the same. Let's talk about it, man. You know what I mean? Monica McNutt went in on Stephen A, right? Now, I'm going to say something controversial, but it matters. It definitely matters. This proved yet again why there should be more journalists or non-athletes within the sports media platforms. Why do I say this? Back in the day when First Take was going on at its peak, and I know when the peak was. The peak was when Skip and Stephen A was going at it. Because as crazy as Skip is, as wild as Skip is, his takes and his reviews, he literally called LeBron a bitch on his podcast recently. As wild as Skip is, Skip will give very, very well put commentary that actually makes sense to the logical, points of a video or a topic or whatever it is, right? Or a game or analysis, all that and everything, right? Monica here, even if she did shut Stephen A up and cook him, I don't think she did what she was intending to do. Now, there's all kinds of jokes all over Twitter saying that Stephen A is going to give her that Max Kellerman treatment, a.k.a. kick her off the show. But I think it's funny, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen for the simple fact is that the WNBA is getting a lot of shine right now. And Monica is one of the few analysts of WNBA content. And she's really good at giving also NBA commentary. She's a very talented, sister, talented woman. You know what I mean? She's way better than Molly. I can give you that. Get Molly off the damn show. But in terms of giving an analysis as to what is going on in the WNBA, Monica's one of the stars there. Also is Cheney. You know what I mean? She's great. She's Chene Ogumake, I believe. Nigerian, pretty Nigerian. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind to. Anyways. So what we're talking about here is somebody who gives great analysis of that league, right? So when Stephen A was checking her first about you know what I mean, who does more, WNBA content, it was almost an oxymoron. That question was rhetorical, okay? Because not only is First Take the biggest sports platform, it's the one that's basically the only really relevant one right now. So they are the leaders of the sports analyst, sports media platform, or at least that form of media. So ironically, though, one of the biggest figures in sports, one of the biggest stories in sports is Caitlin Clark. So the biggest sports show is obviously going to talk about one of the biggest sports stars in the entire genre. Okay, and thus is going to talk about that league as well. Monica is probably getting bigger checks due to Caitlin Clark. Why? Because she probably gets more hosting gigs or more appearance gigs on First Take and other ESPN platforms, and there's probably a bag that she's getting on the back end, appearing on podcasts or other things. I wouldn't be surprised by that. So when Monica calls out Stephen A., he could have been doing this 3 years ago. Why would he be doing that 3 years ago? The WNBA has a horrible marketing strategy. They are terrible at marketing that league. The WNBA is horrible at marketing its quote-unquote stars. The WNBA has been losing money basically since it became into existence. You know what I mean? It's been losing. It's a horrible business, dog. And you know the irony of this whole thing is that the reason the WNBA is even in existence is because the NBA subsidizes it. So the men's league pays some of the upkeep or a certain percentage of the WNBA. So even this debate, really, right? Even this little item that's going in between Monica and Stephen A., it actually benefits the league to a great amount. You know what I mean? I am looking up Indiana Fever games right now, bro. And trust me, the money follows, the trend follows. So why would Stephen A. and First Take highlight a league that was losing money and had nothing going on? Why would they do that? Now, has it been trending upwards? Yes. But for Monica to basically go off on Stephen A. and cook him, it was funny to watch. I'm going to give her that. For her to go off on him, I think it's kind of doesn't make sense. It's kind of weak, dog. It's kind of weak. And the crazy part is people have realized that Stephen A. gets easily triggered, man. He gets easily triggered, and that's unfortunate because a lot of dudes have been going at Stephen A. recently because they seen him bleed. Let me repeat. They saw him bleed. They synced it. They synced it. See, Stephen A. has been getting cooked by Draymond Green in the past month. Kenny the Jet Smith called him out. You know what I mean? Isaiah Thomas called him out. Jaylen Brown called him out. Like, this is less than 30 days, bro. Monica McNutt called him out. You know what I mean? I think even maybe last month, Steven Jackson called him out from All the Smoke podcast. Multiple athletes, journalists, former athletes have been calling out Stephen A. And you know why? I know why. He's the biggest voice in sports media. He is the big gorilla on top of the mountain, dog. And they saw him bleed once he went off on Jason Whitlock. Dedicated a full hour I'ma trash this dude podcast against a fat bastard. And they realized if Stephen A. is willing to respond to a fat bastard, he's willing to respond to me. And that's how people are clout chasing and becoming big off going off on Stephen A. He's became the marketing plan. He's became the plug. Now, was Monica consciously thinking of this? No, but guess what? A ton of people are going to search up Monica, and now they're going to be fans because they dislike Stephen A. Now, has Stephen A. brought some of this to him? Yes. But within the confines of the debate, Caitlin Clark is the biggest star in that league. She's the face of the WNBA as a rookie, right? So when Shanae Carter went at her and hit her, obviously that was going to be the number one topic in sports, especially because of the star that is Caitlin Clark. So Monica's argument, in a sense, is extremely weak, right? So why would Stephen A have covered anything related to the WNBA 3 years ago? Why does First Take cover the Cowboys all the time? It's conversation. It gets the people going. It adds viewership, and viewers means more advertiser dollars. More advertiser dollars means more money. And guess where some of that money goes? To Monica McNutt herself. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. You know what I mean? But that's why I stick to my first original argument I said at the beginning of this video. By the way, if you somehow still made it to 9 minutes, I'm shocked. But I appreciate you for doing that. If you made it this far, smash that like button. It goes back to the argument I said at the beginning, right? You need more journalists rather than athletes or former athletes. Monica was a former athlete at the Georgetown Hoyas. She was a college basketball player. I don't know if she played pro, but in general, right, she is, in a sense, really, really close to the subject matter and material. And as somebody who covers the WNBA, she's probably a little bit salty or annoyed that finally, you know what I mean, her sport is leading the conversation and it's on the negative coverage, which I understand. That makes a lot of sense. But if sports media was focused on great things, it wouldn't get the viewership. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? That's, you know, if it bleeds, it leads. That's what they say in news media. If it's dramaful and has violence, it leads also in NBA media. There was a point where Draymond Green was the subject of every sports show. And Draymond Green is not a great player. He just beat up niggas. He just chokes out and beats up niggas. That's what he does. I'm sorry. Right? So for me, I say it like this. If we have more journalists and in sports media, more trained analysts, people who are not so attached to the actual sport itself, you know what I mean? Dudes like Rob Parker, you know what I mean? And Chris Broussard, which I believe they have the best sports show. You know what I mean? The Odd Couple. That's where we have great sports analysts and sports media. You know what I mean? But let me know what y'all feel in the comments, man. Y'all on Monica or Stephen A side? Me, I'm neutral. I see it on both ends. Let's see what y'all think of the comments, man. Get down there. Big JTV, like, comment, sub, I'm out.